Hey everyone! It has been a very long time. I obviously look a lot different than the last time you guys saw me, but I wanted to get on here and make a video for Rare Disease Day because this is obviously a very important day to me. Today is recognized worldwide to spread awareness to the public and policymakers for rare diseases and the impact on the lives of those affected. Currently, it's estimated that 300 million people worldwide are living with a rare disease. That's about 4% of the world's population, and equivalent to about 1 in every 10 Americans. The US considers a disease rare when less than 200,000 Americans have the diagnosis at a time. Currently, 7,000 to 10,000 diseases are considered rare, but unfortunately, fewer than 5% of them have any treatment approved by the FDA. I myself have been diagnosed with multiple rare diseases that have no treatment or cure. One of the main disabling ones that I talk about on my channel a lot is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS. EDS is a genetic connective tissue disorder that affects my entire body and pretty much all of my bodily systems. Because of that, it causes a lot of other disorders as well. Because EDS has no treatment or cure, the main thing is just symptom and injury management. Today, I'm going to showcase what it's like to live day to day with multiple rare diseases and how I manage them. Although there's no cure or treatment for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, there's a lot of things I can do to manage my symptoms. Obviously not super well, but enough to get by throughout the day. So with that, I take a lot of medications. This is not all of them. But my day-to-day pill sorter, sometimes I feel like I'm playing Mancala. This actually is a really small amount, typical to what I normally take. But a lot of it is supplements and then some prescription medications as well. The supplements that I take are also technically kind of prescribed. So I'm just going to go through these and kind of tell you guys what I take, and then explain to you what they do for me and why I take them. So basically these two right here is Metamucil. So it's kind of like a fiber supplement, but basically when you have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, it typically causes something called dysautonomia. And dysautonomia is a disorder of the autonomic nervous system. So with that, I have a lot of issues with gut motility. So that kind of just helps things, helps my digestive system stay normal. And then the next one, this is just 1 a day women's vitamin, this big one. I need iron supplements as well as some other vitamins, so I have to take those. The next supplement is this guy. So I take D3. I'm technically kind of prescribed it, even though it's not a prescription med. And then next, these guys right here, this pretty one, that is my antidepressant and anti-anxiety medication. I have diagnosed major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, and obsessive compulsive disorder. I think it's important to talk about mental health as well as physical health, and I'm very open about that. I think that that's just been part of my medical journey. Mental health issues run in my family, so I actually started having these issues as young as 5 years old. And then this guy right here is Ritalin. So I take that for ADHD, as well as I have a sleep disorder. So I fall asleep during the day. I actually have 2 prescriptions for Ritalin. So that's my daily one. And then I have one that I take before driving so that I don't fall asleep behind the wheel. That's to help keep me awake, keep me alert, and focused throughout the day. And then this guy right here, it's a pill to help with my gastroesophageal reflux disorder. So that's also something that can be caused by dysautonomia. And then the last one in here is a beta blocker. So that is for my POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. That is also something that comes with dysautonomia and Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So that's in the morning. And then nighttime, I take gabapentin. So that's the 2 pills right there. That is to help with my periodic limb movement disorder. So that's my sleep disorder. So I take those before bed. And then I also take Montelukast. This is an asthma medication. So yeah, that's at nighttime. So these are the pills that I take on the regular every single day. And then I have a lot of medications that I take as needed, so we're gonna show you guys those. This is my inhaler for my asthma. I just got this, and this is a new prescription and I haven't used it yet, but it's a steroid inhaler. We think my asthma is caused by my mast cell activation syndrome, and my mast cell activation syndrome is caused by my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. My one rare disease kind of causes a lot of other rare diseases, and so this little square pill also helps with my mast cell activation syndrome, but it's more so an asthma medication. And then these are just like low-grade antibiotics that I take every once in a while because I have chronic urinary tract infections. All right, so on to the next. So these are those little tiny Ritalin pills I was talking about that I take before driving. And then these are Vitasium capsules. So they have sodium and potassium in them. These help with POTS. So I take these whenever I'm having a really bad POTS day and I'm really, really dizzy and I can't stand without blacking out. This is my other just albuterol inhaler for asthma. Then of course, Tylenol. I have allergy relief pills because mast cell activation syndrome is something that basically causes me to be allergic to everything and anything at any given time, but I never know what I will be allergic to. For example, one time I looked in the mirror and I had hives and a rash all the way around my face from where my glasses touch. So my body decided that day that I was allergic to my glasses that I've been wearing for years. So it's things like that. Yeah, but that was fun. Anyways, back to the chronic UTIs. So any girl who's had a UTI before knows that this stuff, or azo, is, you want to have this on you at all times. It's basically like a fast-acting pain relief. UTIs are not something to joke about. Last year I had like 4 in 3 months. It was ridiculous, which is why I started going on the antibiotics. So this is for nausea and vomiting, because when you have stomach issues, that is a common occurrence. So these are for my migraines. So again, because of my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, it causes very, very, very tight muscles all over my body because my muscles are what keep my joints in place. But with your neck, it causes a lot of issues. And so I also have something called occipital neuralgia, where my nerves are being pulled too tight on the top of my head. So it causes a lot of headaches and migraines. Oh yeah, Imodium, anti-diarrhea, because like I said, with the gut motility and then also with mast cell activation syndrome, I occasionally get hives, but my main allergy, quote unquote, allergy symptoms are actually in my digestive system. So my body thinks I'm allergic to different foods, and then I get sick after eating them, even though I've eaten those foods a million times. I don't even think this is all of it, but this is most of my medications. Yeah, so I keep so these are all my regular ones. I keep all of these emergency ones in this backpack here. This is my chronic illness backpack, so I take this with me wherever I go. It has all of my emergency medications and everything that I would need. And then along with medications, another big part of management is injury management. So I also take different braces with me wherever I go. And you can see ace bandage down there. There's some kinesiology tape. And then with POTS, I have temperature dysregulation. So this is a fan. I don't know if I'll be able to open it with one hand. This is from my wedding, actually. But I have this with me because when I have heat flashes, it makes me really sick and dizzy. So that helps a lot. But yeah, it's kind of just symptom management. And now, this guy right here, this is my service dog, McNab. So McNab is kind of there for me to prevent symptoms and injuries. So, he's trained to open doors for me, pick things up for me, do deep pressure therapy, things like that. He's trained in over 40 different commands, and I'm still training him more. So he is amazing. I love him so much. I actually just got him 2 weeks ago from Canine Companions. Thank you so much to that organization. They are incredible. Yeah, so that's kind of a super, super summarized version of, how I manage day to day with my rare diseases. And the last big thing really is
using my mobility aids.
So this is my main mobility aid. I have a new power wheelchair. This thing is incredible. It reduces the amount of injuries and pain I have on a day-to-day basis by so much. So I'm super grateful to have this thing. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much in a nutshell, super summarized, what I use on a daily basis to try and manage my pain and prevent and treat injuries that I have. Thank you guys for just taking a little bit of time out of your day today to educate yourselves on what it's like living with a rare disease. Happy Rare Disease Day. Please consider looking into different research foundations to donate to. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!